Yeah, nigga. Still double ballin' on these nigga though. Riding around with that 40 by my lonely though, nigga. Riding around town with my best friend. And if a nigga got a problem with my best friend, you can see me in the streets with my best friend. I got that 40 on my lap, that's my best friend. Riding around town with that 40 nigga by my lonely. Can't trust these niggas cause most of these niggas acting phony. Talking about my day one nigga, he used to be the homie. Started at the sandbox, till he started acting funny. First I gave the trust until the nigga tried to pop me. Caught him at the corner, had that nigga looking sloppy. Put numbers on the scoreboard, check the autopsies. Them hollow points to blow up, they got me busting like a Nazi. I swore to my soul that I'd never trust again. Got that 40 on my lap, that's my only real friend. I swore to my soul that I'd never trust again. Got that 40 on my lap, that's my only real friend. Riding around town with my best friend. And if a nigga got a problem with my best friend, you can see me in the streets with my best friend. I got that 40 on my lap, that's my best friend.
I wrote this verse to Ashante, blowing on some Mary Jane, feeling like Scarface, money over everything, married to the moolah, a millionaire mind frame, the grind and the shine, hurt they head like a migraine. Just me and you, fresh off the lot in a fresh Benz. It's kinda like we go together and we best friends. Ain't no bottom bitch like the one I got. The one she put that red dot on, the one get shot. That's why I keep it close, in case I got a problem. Cause out here in these streets, ain't the place for squabbing. SPI Loke, out here chasing guap. And if you try to pay him close, that'll make you pop. Sleep with you, eat with you. It's like I'll be with you 25-8. They catch me with you. Yep. You know me, ES for death. With a big fat 40, that's my BFF.
Riding around town with my best friend. And if a nigga got a problem with my best friend, you can see me in the streets with my best friend. I got that 40 on my lap, that's my best friend.
Neighborhood Net Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My nigga Spider Low.
Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low, that's my nigga.
Spider Low. Spider Low.
Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
You are now in the black box with the homie Spider Low, the most Easties. Facts over feelings, keeping it a Google Plex. Feel my campaign.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
Google gang, straight legend. Google gang, SBI. Google gang, Google gang in here. You better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, you better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google gang.
Bottom line, love life, show us a blessing. Pull up politic and blow us a session. Spot a local most easty. No mistaking the station. They making them statements. We waking and baking. Word of the day, EC on replay. The marijuana-thon with VJ Keyway, BS and BS. Killing on the track in the black box. We never put feelings over facts. Pay Machiavelli, run me the bread. I don't get mad, I get money instead. I be high, you can tell by a nigga eyes. But wise enough to enterprise, you dig a lies. Contemplating with the Google gang, conversating. Counting coins while these cowards in the comments hating. Only thing count, I count getting another comma. I'm a magnet to the money on my mother mama.
Better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, you better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google gang.
You can't keep it a Google, then don't mention me. Run a check through the set, I bet them niggas mention me. Red Bull and Hennessy, I keep the same energy. No matter on a solo or a couple homies with me. Tell them come get me if they want confrontation. I keep a couple shooters with me. And we right here waiting on shit to pop off. Take a nigga top off, you tempt me. All that BS, you can miss me. Slide down Century, doing about 60 in the gutter lane. Faded off yak and drop the pistol, hopping out the rain. I won't change, keep it a Google the only way. Mention me, I come out and play. That's on the gang. We're not the same. I ain't nothing like these rap niggas. Hanging with bangers, no bodyguards, we all strapped, nigga. All truth, no lies, facts over feelings. We ain't gonna start something we can't finish. Google gang.
Better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, you better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google gang.
Gina, gratitude is the attitude. It sure is a blessing to be back in the black box as we blow a succession. I'm back again with a very special co-host, my boy King Truth. He was here last week with me and Munchie B, and we got it cracking. It was his introduction on my platform to my audience, and I enjoyed his presence so much, I invited him back. To be honest with you, I didn't quite know what to expect the first time he was in this thing, right? So afterward, I liked and appreciated the energy so much, he started somewhat, in my mind, potentially fitting in to an overall vision that I've been having about expanding the platform, not only with in-studio content, but virtual content as well. I've committed to myself and my team to be more consistent with streaming, and I wanted to do more than just sit here and monologue like I've always done. In the back of my mind, I've had a desire for a co-host. And as I got to politicking with Truth on some whole other stuff, he really was more interested in being a guest on the Black Box in an interview standpoint. So, you know, of course, so I can be prepared, I asked him to send me some content so I can get familiar with what he does, so I'll be prepared for the interview. And when I went to his content, I realized he was more of a personality attempting to do what I'm doing. And rather than me interview him, I said, damn, bro, what do you think about coming on and being a guest co-host? He was like, damn, cool, go ahead. And we was just doing it. I was just having a mind to kind of just flip it a little bit, just do something different. So when he got on there and he was on here with me and Munchie B, somebody I respect highly in this content creator space, Munchie B, that is, and his energy and the motherfucking chemistry was so on point, as if we had streamed and blogged with him in the past. I was impressed, and I was kind of like thinking like, damn, this may be a way to establish something virtual. So I say I like to say this, y'all. I've been trying to pull this dude string. He has a show called The Flip Thought Show. And I think I found the diamond in the rough. I'm trying to acquire him officially here at BLACBOX Productions. Y'all help me motivate him, man. Tell them where they can find your Instagram, your YouTube page. I need y'all to flood his comments. Go run his shit up. Let him know we need him over here. This is my vision. I want to acquire the Flip Thought Show. What, in the same process, what's the concept of Flip Thoughts?
Basically, it's your thoughts on a certain hot topics or whatever it is. Basically, it's just your thoughts, your voice, your opinion on whatever is going on that you want to react to. Would it be hot topics? Would it be something that you're going through in your life? It's basically your thoughts are flipping around. But flip stands for forever living in paradise stuff, because everything's positive.
See, y'all, see what I mean, y'all? I like that. Hey, look, another thing in my vision, I wanted a content creator that wasn't necessarily popping, but had the potential to pop. They were self-motivated, self-contained, coachable, but also creative. And he checked all the boxes, man. So that's enough for me tooting his horn. Let me get to the word of the day. We want King Truth to know he have a home over here, man. We want the Flip Thought Show to be a part of our brand. Please be genuine in considering it, bro.
Yeah, like I said, bro, I'm gonna definitely sleep on it. I'm gonna think about it. And I'll get back to you soon about it for sure.
Yeah, we humbly acknowledge we don't have the biggest of budgets over here at the BLACBOX, but we genuine people. We building, we growing, and we'll never cross a real one. So
like I said, I'm just trying to create a bunch of conglomerate, bro. It's all about conglomerate. It's all about networking. Networking next to the networking.
Oh, my mama, yeah. Network is your network. I got a word of the day, y'all. I didn't get an opportunity. I had the opportunity. I forgot to load it up, but I'm still not going to skip it because Munchie B, he told me, man, that's one of the main things that he appreciated about my platform before we even became personal partners is that word of the day. You feel me? So I don't want to get away from it now that we got a certain flow going. It's spelled AMBR. I don't know why I want to put an R right there. AMBIGRAM. It's pronounced ambigram.
Okay.
An ambigram is an image of a written word or phrase that is intended or able to be oriented in either of two ways for viewing or reading. Wow. Flip Thoughts may be an ambigram, the way you just explained it. Angel started taking calligraphy classes to learn how to create ambigrams and other fun designs that can be read both upside down and right side up. That's an interesting word of the day, man. What you think about that, King True?
I'm gonna have to do my homework on that word, bro, and get familiar with it because it sounds real interesting. It sounds like it's basically breaking down how you could see something off the word. So like you're creating something off of the word. So like basically you're painting a picture, but the words add up with what you're saying. So basically it's what you're visualizing, but you're writing it down.
Right.
At least that's what I'm kind of picking up from it.
Yeah, I got a lot of visions in my mind where I've seen one in the in particular says KNOW, and this might not be what they're describing, but I envision this KNOW GOD, 2 words. Okay. And then under that it says KNOW peace, 2 words. Mm-hmm. But within these 4 words, in the KNOW, the N and O are different colors. Mm. And in the in both no's. So it also, even though it says no God, you know peace, it also says no God, no peace.
So it's 2 different meanings there, basically.
Yes. Yeah, okay. I think to a certain degree, the definition described that as an ambigram. Yeah. Ambigram. Do you understand what I'm describing?
Yeah, no, I do, but I just never heard of that exact word. That's why I said I want to do my research and my homework on that exact word so I can familiarize it more.
That's right. That's what the word of the day is for homework, y'all. It's not me teaching y'all. It's us learning together. Because I don't be knowing these words. This comes straight from a Webster. I subscribe to a Webster word of the day email, and I go straight from there. I often don't even read it. The vast majority of times, the first time I get acquainted with the definition is when y'all hear it. I just send it. I get the word of the day, screenshot it, send it to myself, and I upload it. I don't read it or nothing until we read it together. So it's not me teaching, it's us learning together. You dig, Elijah?
For sure, for sure. Like, I mean, I feel like that's good though too, because then everybody can brainstorm it and familiarize it together. So then, boom, they could go do their research and their homework after the show about it. You feel me? And then say people in the chat, they can start giving you different words of the day. They could be looking up, okay, hey Spider, I want you to do this word of the day because this means so and so so forth. You know, that's just
you know what? That wouldn't be bad, but I just typically tend to just trust that email that Webster. Yeah. But if anybody in the chat ever wanted to just super chat a word of the day, we can have more than one. So if you send your word of the day by way of a super chat of no less than $5, we will read it and highlight your word of the day as well. We can have more than one word of the day. That's a good idea.
I feel like that'd be a dope thing, bro.
Yeah, I like that. I'm glad I like the way you think, young man. Indeed. I ain't gonna lie. I took a lazy approach to this live because you hit me with a list of subjects. So therefore, I stay busy at other tasks, and I'm going to allow you to run through the subjects as you can. I can, if need be, look up a clip or two to any associated subject, or maybe if you could even suggest. But go ahead. What's on your mind? What's on your list? What we politicking about in the black box off top? And relax, man. Have a little fun, man. Although you at work, you're not on the job, man. Enjoy the process.
No, for sure. So probably the first thing would be is a lot of people are saying the last time that Dame Dash went on an interview, he was crashing out. But I really don't think he was crashing out. I think he was saying a lot of valuable gems because he was just breaking down how he was kind of dividing himself from the Rockefeller camp way back because he seen little weird shit that was going on. He said that right when he seen that Jay wanted to still work with R. Kelly after everything happened with Aaliyah, that's when he didn't want to do no more business. And he asked Jay, he's like, hey, how you finna be doing business with this dude after he did this to, a little girl? And Jay said, oh, well, that has nothing to do with me. I'm gonna still get money with him. So in Dame's mind, when he heard that, he was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna start kind of drifting away. And then he was breaking down how he waited about 12 years to get any royalties for No Doubt because he produced that whole project. Bro,
I heard him tell that story about getting that dude about the underage whoop with the art and all that. And I feel it's real ironic that the things that are being thrown on his name right now.
Yeah.
And how it looks like you say, Dame Dash is going through this dark ages period where he's the crash out, he's the angry, less successful part of the union. And some sense of vindication seemed to be knocking at the door. I hear you. You can keep building though.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like I feel like that's what he's going to be labeled as is because it's been so long. They're looking at it like, well, why didn't you speak out years ago? Why'd you wait till all this stuff came to light with the Diddy situation to sit here and start, breaking shit down? Even though if you go back to a couple of years ago on some interviews, Dame Dash has been saying little things. Certain artists have been saying little things about all of these situations, about all these allegations, the accusations, and certain things like that. But they're getting more into detail now after all these lawsuits have been coming out.
Indeed. And people want to ask a Monday morning quarterback Dame Dash experience through such a dark, sticky situation, allegedly, according to him. Man, with all that high power and fast moving life going on, nobody can speak on what they would do when they become aware of certain issues. at least by character and integrity, he let you know he separated himself. But to say, oh, I would have been a whistleblower, that means everybody under the sound of our voice, nobody has ever been aware of nothing inappropriate. Because how many people can say, oh, I've reported this and I've tried to stop this? We've all been aware of, heard of stuff, whether we prayed about it, whispered and tried to tell somebody. Ain't nobody, not the average person hasn't jumped in and been a vigilante savior of a lot of the ills we see in society. You feel me?
For sure, for sure. There's definitely stuff that we all been around that I'm sure we all, you know, like you said, we prayed about, but we never sat there and took the time or the courage to sit there and speak on it. So, but we were around these things. And I feel like all that is coming to light now with not just the situations with the little kids, but more so with the getting the basically just the, I feel like it's a too much appetite of power. They're too addicted to the power. The power became a drug. And once the power became a drug, they felt like, okay, well, I need this control and I need this power to feel good. Almost like it's an adrenaline rush type of thing for them. Like that's what I feel like with Puff. Because if you go back to Puff's upbringing, his dad was a hustler, but his dad was also known as somebody that they didn't like anymore like that because he told. And when they found out that he told, that kind of put a target on Puff's head. If you go back, it's actually Big Gene Deal. He speaks a lot on it.
Shout out Gene Deal. He's been here as a guest on a live stream at the Black Box. Go ahead.
But yeah, so he breaks it down, man. And he's been talking about it for a good amount of years, 6-7 years now. I kind of tuned into him. I think it was like 2014 when I first seen the first interview with him. And he's been giving gems on the whole situation. Actually, matter of fact, I was supposed to have a guest on my platform. His name is Mel Love. He's the one that gave Biggie his name and who Puff stole his name from. They call him Melly Love. He's from Harlem. But yeah, he was around for the Puff Daddy parties before it was Diddy and all that like that. But basically, remember when a couple years back when Puff changed his name to Love? Mel Love is the one that kind of started the whole little putting the shit out there like, okay, my name is Love. And then he was doing the parties called the Mel Love parties. Then Puff took it and did the Puff Daddy parties. And these was big warehouse parties. Like they just rented out a warehouse and threw a party in Harlem and stuff like that. So it would have, I would have loved to have him on my platform. He was on my boy's platform, Let's Chop It Up, my boy Trey Boogie, who actually interviewed me on there. I was supposed to go down to San Diego and be a part of that interview, but you know, life happens. But yeah, so
wait. When you say go down to San Diego, I thought you were in San Diego.
Nah, I'm from San Diego, but I'm in the Inland Empire, bro.
Oh, you know, okay, say less. Keep popping it.
Yeah, I'm in the IE, but you know, I'm originally from Dago, though, born and raised in Dago. But yeah, I right now I'm stationed in the Inland Empire right now.
Okay. Now I didn't mean to kill your train of thought. I thought I had a misunderstanding.
Oh no, you good. But yeah, so basically like Mel Love, that's another person that I'd love to have on my platform because he knows a lot of basically backdoor different things that were going down during the mid.
Maybe you can invite him to be a guest on our show.
That's what I'm saying.
That we're going to be doing on here on the Black Box.
That's what I'm saying. No, I would love to. I would love to have him on here with us, bro, because he would definitely bring some, some substance for sure.
That's what it do. Yeah, that whole Jay-Z, Dame Dash, Puff Daddy, the whole debacle is just it's too much for me to even have an opinion on what I think at this point. I don't know what. I don't put nothing past nobody, but then I can't say that nobody is actually guilty of nothing. Usually, where there's smoke, there's fire. It seems to be quite a large amount of smoke. But hey, who knows? You dig it, Elias?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I feel like really you can't really have an opinion like that, really that fast because there's so much stuff that's gonna come right out after that. So say if you say, okay, well, I believe this person didn't do this and this and this. Then there's something else that comes out that kind of sways your brain and be like, okay, well, hold up. Let me think about this now. because it's almost every week, every other day that something new is coming out. But see, the thing is that people don't understand is all that is just blasphemy to the masses to distract us from what's really going on in the world. The shit that they really have going on with the high elites and shit like that. This is to distract us.
No, wait. The shit they have going on with what?
Like with the high elites, like I don't know if you know about them 3D printing fake food and shit like that. They're doing they're putting this gel stuff into a 3D printer and it comes out with whatever image that you want it to be. Literally,
I've seen them. They make steaks that look and supposedly feel, taste just like steaks.
Yeah, the steaks, but they also do it weaponry now like that. You could put a 3D image of a Glock 22 in the 3D printer and it will come out as a gun.
I've heard of things of that like that too. Yep.
Yeah, so there was a government official that shot a United Healthcare worker in New York last week just off of making the gun off the 3D printer and going into the office where the doctor's office was at the hospital and shooting the man down.
But that's the fact that the gun was made on a 3D printer is kind of like obsolete in a stories, in any story. Because guns are so readily available in so many different ways, like whether it came from a 3D printer or anywhere. If you want to go do like what you just described with a gun, I mean, like what's stopping you? I mean, what difference if it's a 3D printed gun or whatever?
No, I hear you on that, but I'm just saying like the way that they're making it is they're using like this gel stuff, which it looks like hair gel. And they throw this purple gel inside the 3D printer and it comes up with whatever image you want. So what I'm saying is, I don't know if that's going to become a part with the AI stuff too as well. I don't know if they're going to add that to that, but all I've been seeing is a lot of, okay, let's promote these robots, let's promote these AIs, and let's do all this. But then let's sway the people away from that stuff that's going on to, okay, this is what's happening in the industry with Diddy. This is what's happening in the industry with Ho. So like what I'm saying is, I feel like that's all a distraction to keep us kind of closed-minded to what's really going on in the background.
Would you consider yourself at all conspiracy theorist?
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist when it comes down to it, like lightweight, but there's only so much that you could believe that's not a conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Like certain things just sound way blown out of proportion that has to be conspiracy, but there's certain things that have.
Give me an example of something that falls under that category, and then give me an example of a conspiracy theory that seems like it's more of a potential to be factual.
Okay, so let's say extraterrestrials, like aliens and shit. I feel like that's more of a conspiracy theory thing than the way that they use energy and magnetic frequencies, magnetic and frequencies to basically put in songs and beats in certain videos to do something to your brainwave pattern for it to connect. Now that's not a conspiracy because they've been doing that for thousands and thousands of years. If you look up what the AI program is, it's a program from 1845 in Japan, which was a mathematical theory that an Asian man was coming together with, and he was talking about how he was going to basically prototype all these robots to do regular day things as workers and other things like this, to basically have it be like the new norm at that time. But all that was thousands and thousands of years ago though. But and that was just for the AI thing. Okay, let me see.
Check it out.
Yep.
like that's what you were describing.
Yeah, and I didn't. The only thing that I didn't know was I didn't know that there is a limit on the vat of gel. Like it said, it all depends on how much you have in the vat of the gel for you to make the certain items. So I didn't know there was a limit on it. But yeah, that's basically what I was describing right there. Yeah.
But what is the significance of this new gel versus? I saw it say it's faster than the traditional method of 3D printing. What's the significance of or the importance of the gel versus the old way? Is it any more sinister or any more dangerous or?
I don't believe it's sinister. It might be dangerous for the said fact that maybe you're not supposed to be around that stuff like that. Like maybe like you need to wear hazmat gear and stuff like that, because what if it gets on your skin? I don't know. Like, what if it does get on your skin? Does that alter anything? Like, what is this gel? That's what I really want to know. Like, what is the actual gel? What is it made out of? It? Is there molecules in it? Like, that's really what I'm kind of.
No, right there, you trying to sound smarter than you are. Everything got molecules in it, homie.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh well, yeah, you fucked up with that one. I can't let you get away with that one.
You know, I feel motivated, but yeah, it came out a little too fast. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm trying to like break it down. Like,
you're not having enough fun for me, bro. You didn't crack a smile, a grin, or a laugh right there. That's a lighten it up moment. Lighten it up a little bit. We is not scientists on here. We is not. You feel me? We still having fun. Have some fun with me, bro.
Nah, like I said, I'm motivated for that one, bro.
All right, fuck with me, man. What else you got on your list to talk about? Let's keep it flowing a little bit.
Okay, for sure. Shit. So, okay. Remember when we was on here last time? We was speaking on the whole little Krishan and Ronnie thing with the is that his baby or whatever.
You got an update?
Yeah, there's a clip of him and Clarissa, Blueface's mom, going back and forth on a live, basically where she's saying like, okay, well, just tell Rock that you'll pay her this amount to get the test done. And they're basically trying to set it in stone. But the new update is the last time that Rock talked to Blueface on the phone, Blueface said, that's not my son, and he's not claiming him anymore.
Damn.
So right now, Clarissa is in the process of still trying to get Rock to get the test for that boy Ronnie, so this shit could already be resolved.
My thoughts on a situation like that, bro. With the little details I came across,
yeah,
in particular the activities that allegedly took place on Blueface's birthday at one point or another.
Yeah,
the fact that from what I can see, she not breaking her neck to put this dude on the spot to do a test on camera with your reality crew, big check, prove him wrong, leads to me to tend to believe he may have a claim, bro.
Yeah, that's my opinion on it too. I feel like I said, like I told you and Munchie last time, I feel like she's not trying to debunk the narrative, because if she debunks the narrative, it makes her look like a liar type of thing, and it hurts her image. So she wouldn't do that. She wouldn't put that type of shine on him, not even shine on him like that, but basically she wouldn't fess up to that. And like you said with the reality show, like
so you're saying the test will be admitting that we was getting down and that right then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's basically it, admitting that she was wrong.
Shout out Blue Smurf in the chat, my love. I'm listening. Keep going.
Yeah, shout out to Blue Smurf. But what I'm saying is like, yeah, so that would be basically her admitting that she lied to all of us this whole time, type of thing.
This is the thing with grown folks. When we play with our genitals with the opposite sex and nature takes its course.
Yeah.
Especially somebody's bold is Krishan. All bets, lying, and all that is off. I got a set of what they consider ghetto twins. My father is married to my other mother, not my birth mother. And he was married to her before I was born.
Yeah.
I got brothers that are older than me from my other mother, and I got younger brother from them. And I'm just there in the middle. Show you photographs with me and my brothers ever since I was in diapers. My ghetto twins, they've been knowing each other since they was in diapers. once babies come involved, all that being scared to talk about what you did with your thing, your pussy, I wouldn't give a fuck what nobody say. That's my baby. That's their sibling. And this is how anybody that want to have a romantic interest in this, you're going to have to deal with that first. And if you can't get beyond these facts, hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no. I don't give a fuck.
No, yeah,
My
not for sure.
babies are gonna know each other, bro, regardless.
It has to be like that. That's just common ground. But that's some shit that you should know off the jump though. If you're
But
gonna be
I'm telling you, it's not always easy to commit to that when it's so much going on, emotions, females, you in love, you sprung, you don't want to lose this, and you don't want to do that. I understand why people be so scared to face their music sometimes. And it turns out to a bigger mess in the long run. I personally ended up unromantic with any of my children's mothers. However, my children's mothers, and for the most part, have a very decent working relationship in regards to making sure the majority of my children are able to mess with each other, deal with each other without my assistance, and all of my children love each other without me having to be there. They're older in age. The majority of them drive. They see each other, deal with each other, function without me being aware of it. I love that. That's all I can ask the universe for.
Yeah, no, that's dope. That's dope because they could still, like you said, without you, they could still, start relationships with each other and become close. You know what I'm
They
saying?
love each other. They bump heads, but they never fight.
Yeah.
They never fall all the way out. The two older girls, of course, maybe more so. But amongst the girls with the boys, one with the other, and the boys amongst themselves, it never ever. It's just and I'm knocking on wood. I'm not wanting to jinx nothing, and I'm not bragging. I am actually hollering out Jita. I am grateful to the creator for allowing me to have this experience because I've been far from perfect as a parent or an example or anything. So I just feel blessed.
No, for sure. Who would you say in the family is the person that like is the glue to the family that keeps everybody together out of all your children?
Out of all my children, the glue at this point that keeps the children together probably I don't really supervise or peep they scene enough to really say one person. But
Yeah.
my two oldest daughters are 24 and 21. They've been driving the longest. So I would imagine when it's really time to do a huddle, it'd be either one of them or the both of them.
Okay.
But my oldest son, he's also in college, out of high school, very young, 18. He drives, been driving for some years. He's also a very mature, assertive young man. So him and his sisters, they have a bond that I realize that's a grown bond that they ain't no telling. I don't know. I be trying to drop hints for Christmas gifts and birthdays and all that. But just the first year, I got 4 employed children. So I'm looking to see what this Christmas is gonna look like.
He said, "Yeah, I'm coming to collect." Nah.
Oh, mama. I'll be giving them a pass through the years. I give them these elaborate Christmas gifts, and I get the most small monetarily consideration. I get all they love, but they babies. But I tease them every year. But this year, I'm teasing real hard because I got 4 babies that are employed. 2 of them self-employed, and the other 2 got very good jobs. And I'm just proud of them, man.
That's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. So, but yeah, shit. Other than that, when it comes down to with the stuff with Krishan and stuff like that, like I said, like really, if you think about it, if you watch Crazy in Love on Zeus, they basically break down the whole situation where Blue says that's the reason why he wanted to get the lie detector test, because when she went out for that weekend or week wherever she went to Baltimore and he still stayed in LA, that's who she was fucking with, was the Ronnie dude. So
I really don't be getting deep off into digging pussy shit, right? But the point to me is I can't believe no one involved is realizing the ramifications of the effects all this is gonna have on that baby.
That work.
When you grow up and realize your parents was not claiming you, then claiming you, all on TV acting a buffoon ass about your paternity, all this dysfunctional, immature behavior, and how it's going to reflect on the child's life. Nobody seems to realize that's the most important thing. Oh, my mama.
No, for sure. That is the biggest thing. But they don't look at it like that. Like I said, they look at it as like, you know, this is something that's trending at the time. So like I said, she don't want to stop the narrative that she's had for what, a year now, that she's this good mother, that's her son, that this is Blueface's son, they look alike and all this other stuff. This other guy is just coming out of the woodworks. That's what they're trying to make it, basically kind of paint him as just some random person that just came out of the woodwork and was like, okay, I need some clout, so this is my son. But it's so crazy. Like I said, if you really break down the whole situation, he's been around for a long time.
Yeah, that's just hard to imagine. This dude is coming out of anywhere, out of nowhere, just making up. It's a potential paternity. He's just lying, doing. That's hard to believe. That's just hard to believe.
Yeah, that's how I said it. It really is. But that's how I'm saying. Like, it just all depends on how you look at it, though, and what your perspective is.
No, I'm talking about if you look at what's most common. We have a whole genre of television based on these type of situations. Maury, how often is it the guy in this position versus the opposite?
It's mostly never the guy. So yeah, you're right.
So it's easy to look at how hard it should be to believe that a guy will be going that crazy making that claim. However, I've watched Lord Lake's paternity court. More so than Maury, I've seen men have the experience of coming in there claiming that's my baby, and she lied to our kid, and I know that's my baby. And I've seen men claim that, but that's not the most common occurrence in these scenarios.
Yeah, no, it's not common for you to see, the man come out there and say, okay, this is my baby, I'm claiming them. It's more so on the woman's foot. So yeah, for sure, that's what you're mostly, used to seeing. But I feel like that's kind of commendable to bro, though, because he's literally trying to sit there and fight, you know what I'm saying? And that's respect right there. So
that's
they really
another reason why it's hard to believe he is just making up in his mind that might be mine. I'm not saying it's his, but the fact that he's convinced it may be, it just comes across extremely genuine.
Yeah, no, he comes out with a lot of passion. It really seems like he's really dedicated and motivated to really make sure that this happens so that it can get cleared up.
Like he is not tripping her little stank tank.
Yeah.
Or none of that.
He said he don't want no money. He don't want none of her clout. He don't want to have no shine from her at all. He just wants it to be known, like, hey, this is
bro. That little face I seen her make in the mall said, damn, I'm busted. I'd have been a criminal all my life. I've never been in a monogamous, real faithful relationship. I've always engaged in multiple. I know what it looked like to be put on the spot. When you put on the spot, the energy that comes over you, I could tell she was experiencing it, bro.
She was caught up in her lie. Yeah, she didn't know what to say. She was stuck for
we seen her just show out so many times when she don't give a. That was not her not giving a because she know what she's standing on this business. She looked like she was caught like a deer with the head in the headlights.
Yeah, the deer in the headlights for sure. Yeah, because like you said, we seen her anytime that she gets put on the spot, she's mostly way more defensive.
Go up, yeah.
If she goes off. But you seen her, she didn't really say a word. She was just like, okay, yeah.
She said, someone call 911. Miss, I'm taking flight. I do this, I do that. She said, call the police, yo.
She said, call the police. There's somebody stalking me at the ball. He's been stalking me at the ball. So,
wow, imagine somebody letting you put it so deep down up in there. You probably dropped off a whole son, and she talking about you stalking me because you trying to see about your baby in a wide open public mall. That shows her level of intelligence too.
Yeah, no, for sure.
A different word, aggression. I mean, harassing. Yeah, stalking.
I mean, if you really think about it, really that's defamation of character, what she's doing to him, because she's putting him out there as this stalker, as somebody that's just sitting there basically watching her every move, going to, you know, everywhere that she's at and stuff like this, not knowing that, you know what I'm saying, if this is really the person, like you said, if he really is the child's dad, you know, that is defamation of character.
And you know what I'm thinking right now?
What's up, bro?
The law probably does not provide any guaranteed path for him to make a claim. She probably would have to be totally willing to explore this idea, because that means me, you, and every other body else could run up and say, that's my baby, and she would be forced to prove paternity. What could he actually say to a court to make it to where they would have to even pay attention to what he's saying? I just thought about that.
I mean, all he could do is maybe pull up the, like, you know, like the weeks that they're together, like the days and stuff, and then like look at, you know, how soon everything is cycle.
No. Where do you pull that up to? Who's going to hear that if there's no open case? How do you, what is the cause of action? Who do you go? You go to the court and say what? What court is going to hear? Like, what do you file? What's the motion?
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. There really is no, like, for sure motion like that. That's why he would have to, like, maybe go, that would even, I don't even know if they would even take that in a family court case, because there's not no proof.
If the family court would accept that, that means we can start a line outside right now to bid for paternity of her child, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then you see a lot of people coming out and doing that. If that's the case, if that's something that you could do.
So what I think, don't mean to cut you off, I'm gonna let you get on with you. What I assume happened behind the scenes, he tried to get at her on the regular. And she leaving him with no other option but to get at you and embarrass you in the public, because when I text you, you not getting at me. All I want is a test. Why is it such a big thing? Who's gonna be begging a female for a test who did not have, and the female, unless the female know, I put this thing up in you close to 9 months before you had that baby. Who else would press a female?
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, really the only way that, I mean, like I said, I don't even know how he would even try to even, like, give that to an attorney. Like, how would they even take that case? Because there's no real proof of him being that.
What you just said earlier is coming back to me. There must be an avenue, like you said, he can get to an attorney, show some text messages.
Yeah,
the attorney may know how to get the court's attention. You're right.
Somehow to show the weeks, somehow to show what the weeks were, like the weeks that they were together, and then boom, how many weeks after that she got pregnant, so they could time it out. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
But outside of having some type of something to present like that, I couldn't imagine any other way it could even get started.
Yeah, no, I don't think it would be taken as a case yet until there's more that he has to put with that.
That's deep. That's deep. I never imagined in Google years that I would sit on a platform and be able to discuss that type of subject matter for this long, because I don't even, but you brought it to another perspective where it's really not about them. It's about the situation that they're in. So what I say, like what I see we just did, we watched the clip, froze it, disappeared. You could take those people out, put any other people in it, and let's analyze the issues that they're dealing with. I don't really care about the people involved.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm visualizing it for like a day-to-day thing for us type of thing. Is this something that is an ability that we could do now? Like you said, if this is something we could do now, that you could take somebody to family court just like that without having all of that to bring to a case, that's a game changer for a lot of people. That could help a lot of people, to be honest, because there's a lot of people that are still trying to fight for their kids that are theirs. And you know,
like, I know around here locally through the years, I used to always see signs like on the telephone pole, people used to put up and say, like, fathers, need to fight fraternity court, call free consultation, da 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 da. So there is a movement of assisting fathers, but I don't know about potential fathers because we don't have a epidemic of fathers that are trying to claim children that are not being accredited to them. We tend to have the opposite, allegedly, fathers that are not claiming their children. We don't have this.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. There's not none of that movement yet like that. I don't think because, like you said, you don't see that really common like that. You see it. You said a for sure person that you know for sure is the father that has documentation fighting for their kid, not somebody that's saying, okay, well, look, she's trying to take me out of the equation completely, but this is my son or this is my daughter. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that you see commonly. So, but I'm pretty sure.
The homegirl Sneaker Twine Business said, tell him to show pictures of them together around the same time she was with Blueface. Well, she don't realize when a real nigga just running that thing up, and he ain't taking no pictures like that. He ain't saying they was together, booed up, and all that. He's saying he was knocking it down. So I don't think pictures would even make as much of a effect. I think more so he going to show a text that say, I'm in the shower, I left the door open. Things of that nature around that time. Go ahead, keep going.
Something like that. No, like, so boom. I think that really she never really put it out there that they were in a relationship, though. This is just somebody that they were messing around. So, and that correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that she did say that they was never in a relationship.
No, she never acknowledged, from my understanding, since the Blueface, they've been popping era.
Yeah.
I've heard it alleged at different times that his name came up before. He did some live saying he moved out, whatever. I don't know if she ever confirmed that, but I know right now from what I see, I don't know about no relationship, but it don't even seem like the dude is claiming that we was together. We just got together, probably more than once or something.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I think that there was a time that they might have been together for a small period of time, but it wasn't in the long run that they were.
That's irrelevant though, bro. You're not having enough fun. You too invested into that story. It's just the only relevant thing is if he hit it close to 9 months before the baby was born. Fuck how close they was, how they was. That shit don't even matter. If the nigga hit it close to 9 months before the little baby was born, what he talking about might be true. That's my only. I don't give a fuck if they was together holding hand. That shit don't even matter.
No, I'm just saying because like with the whole thing with show pictures that they were together and all that, they never worked together. So that's not like you said.
Okay. I'm not as heavily invested in stories as some of you guys may have been, but from what I seen old boy say, it don't seem like he ever tried to claim, oh, that was my girl. That ain't never even seemed like that's coming out of his energy.
Yeah, no, he never did. He never did.
All he's doing is saying, damn, you making me put it on blast. You know I put that thing up in you right around that time, girl. Just take this test. That's all he said. Yeah. And if you would have took the test and it would have came back negative, nobody would have ever knew that I put that thing in you right around now. But since you want to curve me on the low, now I got to go and put you on blast before we even know whether or not it's mine, which tends to lead me to believe even further he slid that thing up in around 9 months before the baby was born.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like there is no relevancy to the whole little together shit. I'm just saying that kind of like it gives him more of a voice in the situation, but it really doesn't though. It really doesn't though, because he already made it a fact in the first video that he made is I never really had nothing with this girl. I'm just trying to let it be known that if she would have already took the test, we could have already got this shit resolved. She wants to bring it to the light to make me look like, okay, I'm somebody that's trying to drag the situation and milk it.
Yeah, and I think she really is ashamed of exposing the contrast of the caliber of cat that got access to her cat. So just think about it. It's Blueface baby, super popping, worldwide known.
Yeah, definitely.
And then very closest related weenie is a straight street nigga with no public clout worldwide. Don't even appear, not to knock the homie, whatever he going through in life. Don't seem like he no super up balling street nigga either. It's like he just a regular nigga out here involved in an everyday struggle with nothing popping outside of regular life.
Yeah,
So she's
really
probably kind of shamed that she's exposed for like, damn, Blueface is a total extreme upgrade for you, young lady.
Yeah, no, and that's why she wants to keep the narrative going that that's his son, because that's more clout on her name. That's more ups to her. Because boom, you just made a baby with boom, like you said, this top person, Blueface, the top person. So it's just more shine on her. So that's why I said like she don't want to let it be known, because it's gonna, I feel like it will make people kind of not really want to tune into her situations because they don't think she's a liar all the time.
Well, I've kind of exhausted as much thought I could put into this situation at the moment, but I will say this, bro. They say the dude got her name tattooed on his jawbone, right? And people was having thoughts about that. And my thought initially was, shit, she got the same name as the baby. So as soon as it go bad, I bet you he gonna say that's my son's name. But now,
that okay, yeah.
If that turned out not to be your son, that's a wah wah wah.
Yeah, nah, that's yeah, that was a bad move on his part. If it comes out that it's not.
Let me do this again. That's a wah wah wah.
Oh, you got the audience.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some real sound pad effects in here. But I mean, well, I'm gonna start using this Rhodes, but when I'm in here by myself, I'd be intimidated by all this equipment, so I just go off and do my stuff like this. But I'm gonna get familiar with the system, so I can have a more full show. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
What else you had on your list, man?
Shit. Okay. Did you hear about the person that came out basically saying he wrote all of Cardi B's music and he never got no royalties from it?
I think I heard him say
Shock or Shine.
Yeah, I remember him saying something like this. Who got at that time it was unheard to get a $500,000 straight to the artist advance, and he was like, I didn't get nothing off that. He said they bust that shit down, and I said I was just I figured they was telling me like, so I guess that makes sense. They got the deal off my demo. He said, but they told me I don't get none of that money. He said I was just trying to go along and stick it out, but that's about what I know about it. So you can go deeper into it.
So basically, he was basically saying that he's the one that kind of got her that deal at Atlantic. And in 2017, when she came out with Bodak Red, that song right there, that right there was something that he had wrote years prior when she was still on Love and Hip Hop. And she was doing her little thing with who was it? It was another producer. It wasn't Rich Dollars. It was somebody else that she was working with. But he had gave that to them to put it out, but they never put it out. And once they put it out, he was told that he was going to receive some royalties from that. But he said he didn't receive no royalties from that. He didn't receive no royalties from the song that she did with Nicki Minaj. He said all of the different things that were popping for her between 2017 and 2018 were all stuff that he wrote like 3-4 years prior.
What I could say about this situation, first and foremost, this is far from the first story of this type in the industry. Sure, it's going to be far from the last.
For sure.
Artists have been going through this since the inception of the industry. Go ahead, keep building.
But yeah, so basically, he was just breaking it down that, like, he was basically saying he had put out all these different tracks to the producer that she was working with prior, but they never wanted to use them. But when Atlantic got her, that's when they started putting them out. So he was already had an agreement with them that he was going to receive some type of royalties, and he didn't receive nothing at all. And all he received was a creditor mark, which is like, like
I don't understand how if he said he had an agreement, it must have been something verbal. It must not have been an actual.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what I was gonna say. He never got nothing on the black and white. It was a verbal conversation, and that's what he said. He was like, "I wish that I would have had, legal representation with me, and they would have signed something." But it was all voice of mouth, word of mouth. They was having a conversation, but they was setting stuff up at that time. So at that time, he was in trust with them, so he was believing all that.
Man,
but
just think about how cold that sound, bro. You are the bread and butter of something that was presented that got hit off with $500,000. You were there for the whole ride. You watched them bust down the half a ticket, and you didn't get a crumb. Man, you know how hard it would have been to contain all the animal within me. Somebody, I imagine me being in that situation, and I'm just speaking from experience of what I could imagine, bro. Somebody would have felt my wrath physically. I can't, and that might not be the wisest thing to do, but somebody would have felt my wrath.
Hey man, like I'm sure everybody would react to it a different way. A lot of people probably would take it to a physical altercation within that, because that's something that that's deep disrespect right there.
You seen the movie Straight Outta Compton?
Yeah.
Remember Ice Cube going to Brian Turner's office when he was feeling like he was getting by the label?
Yeah, I remember that.
Puffy got some charges. It wasn't a really financial situation, but Puffy had a situation of going in the label and physically dealing with some execs. It's a female I seen do a testimony recently say at one point her and her, was it MC Light? No. It was one of these legendary old, I forget, but
it might have been MC Light, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of, and just think about what Jerry Heller went through.
Oh yeah, with Easy.
Yeah. I just remember in that movie, he ended up with some black eyes at one point. Ribs broke or something, didn't he? Somebody popped up at his pool in the backyard.
A couple people popped up at Jerry's house after all the stuff went down between Ice Cube and Easy, and everybody divided from each other, Dre and everybody. I think actually it was one of Suge's people where they were trying to make it portray as one of Suge's people that popped up. It was smoking a cigar on.
Well, he walked in his backyard. Motherfucker was sitting back there smoking. Yep.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that they were portraying that was somebody from Suge's camp, though. That's I'm pretty sure that's what.
That's crazy. We casually speaking of that, and just remind me, I spoke to Lil Easy for the first time in years, like 2 nights ago. We talking about his daddy, talking about his daddy so casually. That's crazy. Shout out Lil Easy, my nigga.
That's dope. That's dope.
East side 2 of them. Yeah. So, but has Cardi B, to your knowledge, responded or spoke to the issue at all?
What he said was that she just basically goes back and forth with him on X, on Twitter, and all he wants her to do is, he said he doesn't want any money from the situation. All he wants her to do is hop on a live with him and admit that she took all of that and gave him no royalties, and that he was her ghostwriter for over 8 years.
Man, hey, message to you, homie. Fuck all that. You don't want no money, leave this shit alone, homie. You sound stupid.
That's what kind of had me jumbled and had me flabbergasted at the whole situation was, how are you gonna say all this and not, still?
Man, that record is one of the, if not it just received the award for being the biggest female hip hop record that broke so many barriers. Yeah. If all you want is the clout of being a guy affiliated with that, sit down. You didn't caught this clout chasing bug. Because writers and producers like Neo, Smokey Robinson, for the very vast majority of the beginning of their career, they was rich as fuck and nobody knew them because they were writers and they was making hits. And that was all about the money. They didn't really care. It was just came to the natural evolution of their career where they finally got in front and did their thing. Yeah. But even Floetry, There's so many people. So that's about money, bro. You don't want your money. What are you talking about, dude? Somebody get a hold of him, man, and tell him be about his money at all costs. That's Baymax. That's what we push around here. That's the brand. Matter of fact, if you like the stuff I wear on a consistent basis every time you see me, anything you see me wear, you can go to baymaxstreetwear.com. Take a screenshot of what I'm wearing. If you don't see it there on the actual site, send it to a DM and they will correspond, get with you, sizes, and get you real right. Very reasonable prices. It's chilly out right now. We got a lot of fly hoodies and a lot of stuff that you would like. That was just a little cutaway. But yeah, he need to be about his money's at all costs, man.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really understand him still trying to get her to come on the live and do all that if he's not gonna get any type of currency, any type of increments from it. Because like I feel like he's just wasting his breath at the end of the day. People know he was the ghostwriter, they already know what it is. But if he's not gonna get any type of, you know, compensation from it, there's not really nothing in doing, there's not really nothing to it to do all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's not getting anything out of it.
Give me your thoughts on this. If what he is saying is 100% true,
yeah.
What are your thoughts on an individual like Cardi B that does not find a way to cut him out a slice of that pie and appreciate him and get him right?
Somebody that forgot how to be humble.
Forgot, or have they ever really known?
From what I've seen from her before she got on, it seemed like she was a genuine person. But when all that money and everything kind of got to her, I feel like she lost the humility, or, you know, lost the humbleness.
That makes sense, but I don't know. Yeah, well, humble. You picked the word like humble, so yeah, I guess that could be 100% true. I can't take that from her. She may have been humble. I don't know. I don't know much about her. I know some things I've heard her claim about her past. Some of the scandalous, trashy stuff, just downright dirty, dog, vile, sneaky stuff she's done to men while she was employed, I guess, as a stripper or whatever. Talking about sneaking drugs on street niggas and then rob them. Ain't like that shit is cute or it's fly. But yeah, I don't know if that's a humble individual. She could have been doing that humbly.
She always did have that kind of image that she kind of raunchy, kind of ratchet. She never really was the classy image like that. But from what I've heard from my friend Peace On, he runs a tattoo shop in Brooklyn. He worked with her a couple times and he said that she's a real genuine soul when it comes down to it, and all that's for the camera.
Man, what's that dude? What's his name again?
Peace On.
Man, he caught up in the man when he said that he had them emoji hard eye. Man, he didn't get up by real genuine soul. What's genuine about? So she got a genuine soul, but a fake booty. She got fake teeth, fake titties, and a genuine soul. But we got her on camera singing her song, Wacc, talking to the camera so all our kids could see it. But when her daughter hit the corner, she want to turn it off and become genuine. Ain't nothing genuine about her soul that she has shown. He need to knock it off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he was probably just caught up with, you know, looking at her attractively type of shit. He probably was just saying that to probably, you know, just try to get up on her.
He could use a lot of other words. And this the home of the word of the day, bro. Yeah, genuine soul. I hope you are quoting him and not paraphrasing him while he taking his whooping. Because if he says she had a genuine soul, I don't know where he would come to that conclusion. She must have skin off his.
He said it just was a professional work relationship, and she had good energy. That's all he was saying. He didn't really break it down to me. He never said that they. I mean, they could have done whatever they did, man. I don't know. I mean, but he kept that.
I ain't never liked her since she had on a blue fur or something. And she gonna tweet on her thing. I look good in this flu jacket. Man, I mean, if you don't get your ESL, barely articulate, you ain't no download like that. And you kiss you cool with all keyways, and right then and there you did too much, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
that's disrespectful to the fact that she do have a lot of keyway partners that she's seen around with. So yeah, that's disrespectful for sure.
I've been too visible as an affiliated member for too long and never done it. There's too many. We have too many representatives from Mac 10 to Dub C to DJ Quick. Well,
Yeah.
DJ Quick got to X him off the list because whether they know or not, underground he was cracking. But Mossberg, there's just so many people. The list goes on and on. Nobody does that out here on this. Then for her to be the corniest amongst the culture, and I say that of the gangbang culture, Damakiwe, for her to feel like that was cool for her to get away with. There's such thing as a Jeezy, a Snoop Dogg that's been here way before you got here.
Yeah,
Get out of here. That and then I don't respect her naming her daughter Culture with a K, then trying to act like it's not had nothing to do with the same type of stuff. I don't respect none of that.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, like she just kind of, I feel like she kind of looks at it like more as like a child's point of view on certain things. Like she's not really doing stuff with the grown mind. Like she do little things that somebody that might be her age, another person that would know, hey, that's disrespect, even if they're not really in the gang culture like that. Just
she comes across to me as extremely insecure, man. Extremely.
Yeah.
And I think she know whatever she did to her lips and them veneers, it's not a natural fit. She has to compensate for, I don't know, the lips be looking like, you know how you go to the dentist and you look in the mirror when you leave the dentist and it's regular, but you know how it feel, how you think you look?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Her lips look like they feel like that feeling.
I mean, that's the Botox, right?
I don't know what they be doing. There's so much shit going on these days, but it just looks like her lips is expand. This is my mind. When I just see it, if I had to describe what I'm thinking, it seems like her lips have been expanded. The veneers have expanded, and the mouth space right there is not quite enough for the expansion, and just seemed like it's slightly a crowd or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are doing shit like that where they feel like it looks a certain way, but
that's my next thought, bro. Because what I'm describing, she has, I see it on so many people. That's why I can describe it so well. It's not like she's introducing this. I see it on her too. They have these females have gotten satisfied with this unnatural.
Give me 1 second.
Go ahead. So I'm gonna talk to y'all about it. Y'all females have gotten satisfied with this unnatural pucker lip. I don't know why y'all think that's cute. That little.
Yeah, how's it going?
I don't get it. That shit is not attractive. Oh my mama. I don't think. I think as a society we have lost sight of the actual beauty in the majority things, or its difference from other things. So our society has set what we consider a beauty standard, and it's been so programmed into our minds that we fail to realize the actual beauty is having something that is attractive that doesn't quite resemble something else, something unique, or appreciating the uniqueness in what you actually have to appreciate. So everybody trying to cut themselves to fit this ideal is really, to me, removing the beauty from amongst us. Oh my mama. Oh God, I don't get it. To have so many humans just casually dissatisfied with their appearance to the point where they're willing to undergo surgery. And no matter what surgery you go to, you have to sign a waiver that you are aware that you might not wake up. For the smallest procedure, especially if you're going under anesthesia, there's no medical facility on the face of the earth that is going to assume the liability if you lose your life, even in a life-threatening situation for a procedure, let alone if you are going for a cosmetic procedure. It really makes an indication of the personal value that you put on your own life when you're willing to risk it for such trivial things with no consideration of how you're going to feel about these alterations when you're 50, 60, 70. How your body is going to naturally shift, change, and adjust. And how that's going to affect the fact that you've done all these scientific things to a natural body, and they don't progress like your natural body does. I don't understand how people are so willing to alter their natural state, not considering the long-term effect. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I was just trying to freestyle while you was gone, but I was still on the same subject matter of you know, how no medical facility on the face of the earth is going to assume liability if you lose your life through a surgical procedure.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when it comes to your health. So when it comes to cosmetic procedures, I do not understand the motivation for women, the majority of them, that will be willing to go under these procedures for just the same reason that they buy a wig or get their nails done or put on makeup,
Yeah.
to enhance their appearance. I realize in my mind that this whole industry of plastic surgery was designed for like war vets and people who go through tragic events, um, maybe even breast cancer, for the breast industries. That's what it was designed for,
Yeah.
to
Sure.
help people who are lacking the normal, who are
Yeah.
suffering. And we, like you said, the being drunken with power earlier, but now being drunken with the power to just enhance my appearance. I'll be willing to risk things that some people have actual health issues, and because of the idea I might not wake up for the surgery, they reconsider the surgery even when their health is involved. But these people are willing to risk not waking up just to look cuter, and
Yeah. No. Hey, but then
cuter in relation to an ideal. But
ideal.
who
Yeah.
is not cuter to the vast majority of the opposite sex? So what are we really dealing with a opposite unit of us that don't even give about our perception of how you're adjusting your appearance, when your appearance is the number one thing that initiates a mating call? And we're dealing with a real dysfunctional situation, bro. It gets deep.
No, for sure. And that's the thing too, though. Okay, so look, when you come to saying that, when you say with the people with the cancer, you could take it to the people that have diabetes that use Ozempic, right? Now you got all these celebrities using Ozempic to lose weight, and that's a diabetes drug right there. So
But see,
what that does to go ahead.
No. I want you to keep your thought, but I want to insert that for years, certain cures are found by attempting to cure other things.
Yes, for sure.
And I'm so weight loss is not necessarily just cosmetic, because excess weight is unhealthy.
Unhealthy.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I see the correlation, but I don't know if I put that in the exact same scenario. But you can keep building.
I mean, I don't think maybe it's not in the same exact scenario, but it's pretty similar to it, because what you're saying is people use, so say for instance, something that a cancer patient would use in a cancer treatment, they could use that cosmetically to, alter the way that they look, right? So if you're saying with the Ozempic, that's something that people with diabetes use to basically, it's like insulin to them, basically.
But what I'm saying is, oh yeah, true. So it does qualify with it was designed for another purpose.
Yeah.
But if it inadvertently causes another positive effect without adding negative effects, I don't know if that is considered just a vain approach to taking the substance. However, I do realize there's other ways to lose weight other than taking a substance, and they are more than likely foregoing the traditional ways of eating better, exercising. So that makes it a similar situation as well.
But see, that's the thing though. So that's kind of like a easier way out of losing the weight though. So the
No, definitely. That's their main attraction to it.
The celebrity's gonna go with that over doing the exercise or doing the dieting. They're gonna want to do it in a short period of time. Say they got to get ready for a role and they're supposed to be at this weight, and they kind of gain some weight throughout the time that they're getting ready for the role. Now they take this Ozempic, they start losing weight crazy.
And your point, to add to your point, like you say, celebrity. But
Fat Joe is one of the people that used Ozempic.
Okay, well, my thing is this. That's what you see, celebrity. I got to get ready for a role. That was the same thing with plastic surgery at one point. It was celebrity.
Yeah.
Now this shit done bled over to regular everyday society. People are mimicking the behaviors of celebrities, and they're not celebrities.
I was gonna say that brings me to say this. Every single time I scroll on Instagram, it comes up with an ad saying, "Do you want to visit this clinic because we can enhance the way that your nose looks? We can all these different things, Beverly Hills places as well in other parts of Atlanta."
You know that suggests. I don't know if you're exposing the insecurity or something, because what you just said suggests that you have more of an interest in that than Instagram wants you to be interested in. If every time you go to your algorithm, that's what you're seeing, somehow your algorithm is convinced you're interested in doing something of that nature, bro.
Oh, like I'm not saying like the regular algorithm, like the newsfeed. I'm saying like when you click, I get the ads. It's just like an ad. Maybe every couple of days I see the ad. But the reason why is because one of my partners had just went to the clinic and I had watched his story. Off of me watching the story, they took it as boom, we're gonna put it in the algorithm for him to see now, to see if this is something that he might be interested in. And that's kind of how it got thrown into the equation like that. But I've always heard of people doing the body sculpting shit for male and female, for the face. Like this is shit that's not really new like that. But like you said, years back, you would only hear, okay, this is something that celebrity would do. Now you'll hear the average person, hey, I just got my nose done, or I just got my lips done, whatever it may be. Now the biggest thing is the BBL for the females and all that, right? But when they do that procedure, there's a 50-50 chance that you could die within that procedure. And a lot of the females that do go through those procedures, they get it done by black market doctors in different third world countries. And I know you've seen a couple of the OnlyFans models throughout the couple past years that had the BBL done, that had died during the process of the.
Well, we know DC Young Fly, his baby mama lost her life associated with some procedures of that nature very recently.
That's something right there.
Yeah, God bless her soul. Kanye West's mother lost her life as a result of similar situation. She was up in age, and she was definitely dealing with what you described, a black market doctor who had lost his right or never really had the right to
never
perform.
had the licensing, never had the rights like that. Yeah, God bless her.
In her particular situation, from what I understand, she ended up there because all the qualified doctors turned her away, told her she didn't qualify for the procedure. So just think about that, and when we think about the actual how bad people would do, how much they would risk. And I also want to say this because it keeps coming to my mind. I keep forgetting when we talk about the dynamic between him and her, he and she, us and them in our communities.
Yeah.
And how the roles are not only not seemingly being respected one for the other, but they seemingly to be switched. Females are having so many masculine traits, and the emasculation of our men seems to be an agenda. We need to be under attack. We're experiencing something. I know this for myself personally, and I want to put this out into the universe, the metaverse, because I'm not sure if anyone else has noticed this and spoken on it, but we can document this date. I've been having this thought for a couple of weeks. As a community, we've reached a point now amongst us, especially as melanated people, where I would gamble to say per capita, with the epidemic of us wearing locks and braids, we have come to a point in time where it's more common for our men to have longer hair than our women.
That is something that you see a lot more, a lot more than you did before, for sure. That's
why do you think before it don't matter because you here talking about it? We'll figure that out later because I don't know your whole genetic makeup. But I don't know if this is a very appropriate question to even discuss with you for a personal perspective. However, the whole world is going to has actually speaking on what we speak about on these platforms. But I'm having this thought at the moment as to if the majority of black males that get into locks, myself included, is because they realize how rapid it helps your hair grow, how easy it is to maintain, and it really helps your hair become healthy because there's not a lot of breakage because you're not combing it, you're not braiding it, you're not. Well, why do you think there's now we see there's so many variety of styles, how it can be flipped, rough and tough, feminine? Why do you think black women would still go so hard with the wigs and weaves instead of getting more into the locks and flipping it and have a long flowing set of natural hair? Why do you think it's not that attractive to our sisters when I think it would be such a beautiful thing for them to more largely embrace the natural locks and so we can have a more of an identity, a Nubian presence upon in this society? I wonder. That's just my thought, bro. You ain't got to really answer it like it's a question.
I mean, shit. I mean, I'll give a quick little answer. I feel like maybe it's because that process for the locks and stuff like that, and those type of things, like it's more of a process than just having somebody glue a wig on you or sew in a weave.
Nah, nigga, don't get it fucked up. Them wigs and shit can take hours. Them wigs,
for sure, about 6-7 hours. But
bro, getting locks is far less of a process than adding something unnatural on your hair, no matter what it is, other than just a hat. It is the most natural thing you can do to a Nubian head. It's nothing. There's no process. It's nothing. It's so easy.
You still see a lot of sisters still wearing the braids, though. That some sisters don't do the wigs; they just do.
I see. Yeah, I see. I'm realizing you ain't one of us. You might be like us to a certain extent. Them braids that you see, bro, are to a very high degree artificial. There's very few of those braids that you see in traffic that are natural. What they do, what they are perhaps benefiting from under those wigs, they typically keep their hair braided in what we consider a protective style. And I think a lot of them are benefiting from the natural head of hair not being bothered, not putting a lot of heat on it. They're probably restoring the natural ability, but they might even benefit from locking that up under there and letting that other stuff grow better. That's just a suggestion I'm putting out there for you, ladies. I think we have the potential to maintain beautiful heads of natural hair without being so commercialized and processed with it and feeling like we have to cover our glory, cover our crown, cover our connection through our melanation with the divine energy source of the sun. I think it's working against us to even maybe the fitted caps as so much of a part of our society through years. And now in the wigs, blocking our connection with the king source of the universe. And before I get too deep and spiritual, I'm going to let my co-host, King Truth, say something to get us up out of here. We just spent our time here in the Black Box today. I appreciate you coming through, man. Sum up kind of like what we've been talking about, man.
All right, so like shit, what I could say is I feel like people need to do more research on the whole, like, why do you want to basically change the way that you look so much? Why do you want to take the easy route of losing weight, taking the drug that's something for somebody that's going through some type of illness? when there's a natural way to do everything. So there's a natural way to do everything. You said with the hair, that's a natural way of hair. I had braids before. I never seen my hair grow that long after I took out my braids, bro. And that literally was growing. My hair was growing the whole entire time.
Somebody would say, yeah, that's the same. You could tell a person, why drive a half a mile up the street to go through a drive-through to buy some food when you can do the natural thing and walk. So my brain is just so, I could find a correlation and stretch. I could play devil's advocate, and right now it's in devil's advocate mode. I'm seeing both sides of every issue. That's all.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not one-minded about no subject. Like I'm seeing both sides too, but I'm just saying though, like I feel like a lot would be a lot better though if the natural way was done more than the artificial way through every aspect.
Definitely, I believe there is a natural connection with what is naturally designed in your body, and the highest energy source we know coming directly down on top. I think that is a part of our natural experience on the earth. And I think there's a blockage. I even think we have a blockage. I know this is really none of your business, but when we make love one to another, ladies, some of the most passionate moves you can do is putting your hand on a person's head and actually putting pressure on it. The same way a man can grip any sexual part of your body, a more spiritual connection is through touching a female on their head at some of the most passionate moments. And I'm gonna tell you, and I'm not talking about a degrading moment like the oral moment. Nah, I'm talking about in real passionate love making. Every other race is capable of putting that energetic body contact to the head, to the source, and connecting one with the other. But we have a blockage every time I've tried. When it's not the same when you go up there and you feel a track or something of that nature. You have to be able to touch the skull and apply pressure on that motherfucker to where it almost is too hard, but it's almost like I'm touching you on the other side of your skull, just barely tickling your brain. I love my people, y'all. Yeah, man, we're gonna get back to it. Hopefully, whenever you consider my offer, man, I appreciate you coming through, bro.
Yeah, no, bro. I'm gonna definitely sleep on it, and I'll get back to you real soon on that. And I feel like this was a dope show for sure. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. And for sure, bro.
I just got one challenge and one request for you as we move forward. If we do, you got to have more fun on here, bro.
I'm still not. Do you think I loosened up a little bit more than last show though, or
hell no? You almost, especially the way whatever's going on with the camera, you almost like an AI character, bro. Your voice don't go up, down. You moving kind of choppy. You look like I created you through AI. Yeah, y'all, this is my fake co-host I made on the AI program. Psych, how y'all like it?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna fix the imagery, and I project myself more, and for sure. I mean, I felt like
I hate long goodbyes.
All right, for sure, bro. Yep.
All right. Much love, bro.
Love.
You know where y'all at. Y'all in the black box with me, myself, Spider Loco, aka VJ Keyway. It's all about the expansion. I will be doing more in studio content as soon as I get me and my business partner Scrap. Clichy 93 TV. Y'all see where it's at. It's right there. The black and gold that y'all see around here often. Don't sleep on that. I need you to go follow that up on YouTube and Instagram. That is the home base for all the content that's going to be created throughout my brand moving forward. So I need you to do that. And what else I was going to announce? Yes, I'm also expanding the virtual portion of the effort by trying to create content with qualified content creators that can hold down a space for a decent amount of time so I can have different looks on here. I know everything's not going to be for everybody, but I'm tired of everything being what it's already been. I think it's time for better, more. And that's what we own. I love y'all. I ain't going to make this no long goodbye. Like I just told y'all, I don't really feel up with them. Oh, my mama.
Tupac of my generation, Pac was highly intelligent. But in our culture, street culture, especially in his generation, intelligence was viewed as a form of weakness. How do you get the people that's really affected by you know, what we trying to solve involved.
Mathematical mode, marathoning, making moves taken. The heartbreaking news make major breaking news. Nephews, nieces, siblings, seeds, they confused. Waking up, shaking, aching, praying that it's April Fool's. Chosen child from the now, stakes is huge. Snakes and fake styling the gate, it's too late to choose. Violent visions gave victory, paid your dues. Motivated, demonstrated, elevated views. Truths don't die, we multiply. I ain't make the rules. Self-medicate, meditate, and celebrate the blues. Neighborhood, roller coaster, you can take the cruise, I'm good. Blue laces, suede Puma's favorite shoes. Jesus to the generations, you never save me on my babies. Most beautiful gift Pluto ever gave me. For such a precious life, who decides Christ? I couldn't view the slide twice, but they crucified Christ. I can't think without a whole zone. It's almost gone, but don't think about the ozone. I ain't ate all day, but I'm so blown. Tell the DJ to throw on a slow song. My life is what the po-po press for. South Central is so stressful. In the city of the bombest herbs, the only way to low know the calmest nerves. Females say I'm a conceited nothing, no good, only call when in need of something. It's a thin line between the love and the lust. Should never have young cuz in the cuffs. Gotta be cool with them first advances. Working in these uncertain circumstances. Fake ballin' had you broke with a buzz. Pump your brakes, come smoke one with us. And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us.
Come on.
Come smoke one with us.
Come on.
And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us. Come smoke one with us. I get high as the heights that I'm reaching to. Put a few in the air for Big Meech and Blue. Grind hard through the middle of the night. Shit, I might see a little of the light. I never sleep, barely get some rest. I swallow my blood before I hit some stress. Roscoe's on the east, a hit the west for jacks. Pockets fat, I just hit for racks. Yeah, that's where I can get some clothes at too. It's already 1 and it closed at 2. Fast lane, ballin' out, racing the range. Gangbanger, all about chasing the change. I'm icy, judge and the jury ain't trying to see the judge and the jury. Eastie represent the E&S, but I still Baymac like BMF. And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us. Come smoke one with us. And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all.
Come smoke one with us. Listen, come, hey, look. Get money every day like it's no thing. Buy a zone of that cushion, smoke the whole thing. Rolled up deuces, carry 4-5. Off a half a gram of kush, but we so high. South Central where they murder with no alibi. Do walk-ups and don't respect drive-bys. We some young killers, still some fly guys. Neighborhood near Puzzle and SPI. Rich roller coaster cribbing, that's our lifestyle. And that explains why my neck and wrist iced out. Smoke big blunts, ride luxury. A nigga beat his bitch up cause she was fucking me. And then I beat the pussy up and told her it'll be alright, just tell me every time he mention me. Yeah, and that's just how it's meant to be. It's an in-hood thing, slaughter after century. Yeah.
And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us. Come smoke one with us. And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us. Come smoke one with us.
Come on.